active member of Abide's education group. What are the key recommendations that the group made?
Okay, so we didn't discover any rocket science here, right? So the act was passed by our parliament, and they had sent out what are called model rules. And the act in itself, from my perspective, has got some interesting possibilities. Number one, the act says that you should have a lower primary school within 1 kilometer of the child's habitation. And for higher primary, I think it's 3 kilometers. So access is one area. Second, it mandates certain minimum infrastructure that a school should have. And by the way, share your story as people fill that up can help you monitor that, right?
Fine, fine. You get in good details, good information.
Correct.
Fine, fine.
The third is quality of learning outcomes, which we measure in the areas that we work in. Akshara has been historically working along with government teachers and the department in bringing in reading and math skills to children, right? So if we can measure that, and if somebody else can come in and measure maybe science skills or, you know, some other skills, you know, so that's a third component of the act. And the last component that's of interest to us is the community participation. And I think that's a very important thing, because if the community is not party to this whole equation,
No meaning.
there's no meaning, it will just die, right? So I think really this is these are the 4 areas that you know, at least my contribution to the rules
Okay.
was along these 4 principal areas. So we drafted the rules for that.
There is a parliament act.
Yes.
So you just touched upon it. Why not we?
No. So the act is basically the boundary conditions for you to do certain things and not to do certain things, right? So it tells you what is expected. Then you have to have rules to make that happen,
Yes.
and that each state comes up with its own rules.
So you help them.
So so I was part of the Abide group that sat down in drafting the rules, and Abide, as you know, is a citizen initiative.
Yes.
So we can present it to government, and which we did, you know, present to the Honorable Minister for Education at Vidhan Sabha. And now it has to take its own course.
Legislation has to be passed. Or
Well, the rules have to be approved
have
and
to be
so on and so
approved.
forth.
But we have made really good recommendations.
So we have made some, in my opinion, we made some good recommendations.
What you said, we can make out what exactly it is. Ashok, I believe you are opposed to co-branding. Though Akshara Foundation has been funding KLP, there is no branding for Akshara on the KLP website. Why is it so?
Well, it's very simple. This is not about Akshara or Balram or Ashok. It's about all of us, right? And that's why it is called Karnataka Learning Partnership. And, you know, if all goes well, you know, in the future, maybe we will have an India Learning Partnership. But it should be owned. Everyone should feel ownership to this. If it is only my logo or your logo that is there, then people might say it's his headache, not mine. Right?
So that's why we avoided this
Absolutely.
co-branding.
We just avoided this. We want everyone to
It
own
should
it.
stand on its own, and a lot of people can come and support.
Absolutely. Everyone, not a lot of people. Everyone should come in.
Yes.
Every entity should come in. There will be good, there will be bad. Right? But it has to be everyone's, you know. So teachers should come in, headmasters should come in, education department officials should come in, elected reps should come in, corporate should come in,
Yes.
individuals should come in. Right?
So it's for everyone. Everyone.
Yeah, so
For the
that's-
good of
for the
education.
good of education. And let me tell you one thing. You will complain when the road outside your street has got hundreds of potholes and you cannot drive. Why is that? Because you can see it and it pains you instantly. Let me tell you, by ignoring education you will not get instant relief. The impact will be 7 to 10 years downstream. You are ignoring it now at your own peril. Because 10 years later, you will say, we should have changed and improved education.
Well put, Ashok. I think this conveys everything. Huh?
Yeah, and we have a very short window, remember. We have a very short window to do that. But we have lots of committed people in our society who can make it happen.
That's all KLP all about. You
Well,
want more,
KLP, yeah.
all of these people to come
back,
together.
yeah, come to that one framework.
Ashok, let us take a short break here. On return, let me ask you about the MP and MLA reports that the KLP has come out with. Hi listeners, please stay tuned. I will be right back. This is the first round, huh?
Okay.
That's perfect.
Is it?
Perfect. Shall we start? Second one. Ready, ba? Welcome back, Ashok. Ashok, is it true that you have prepared a constituency-wise report on the state of education in Bangalore? What are the key findings?
Okay. So, as I told you earlier, we started to look at not only primary schools, we also work closely with the preschools, the Anganwadis that have been set up by the government. In Bangalore, there are nearly 1800 Anganwadis. Right, so that's a lot of centers in the city. So we've been collecting information and so on and so forth on both the Anganwadis and the primary school system over the last 4-5 years now. And that's now you bring in the power of technology. Once you have the information, you can now slice it the way you want it. So we said, how about us giving citizen feedback to our elected representatives as to the status of education in their own constituency, right? So, and because we have this is all technology based, it's easy to say associate a school with a particular constituency, whether it's an MLA or an MP constituency, and we did that. So, the 1420 odd government primary schools in the Bangalore urban district and the 1800 Anganwadis are falling into 5 MP constituencies and 28 MLA constituencies. So we, kind of slice the data as per that, and we last month delivered to our elected representatives just a 2-page that talks about the demographics of children, how many schools there are, how many Anganwadis there are, how many boys go to school, how many girls go to Anganwadi, all that information, and we delivered it to each one of them.
Now, is it only the statistical data, or have you given some suggestions also to these MPs?
We will come to it, because we don't see this as a one-off operation. We want to come up with all our findings periodically and give it to the MP and the MLA, and tomorrow the corporators, municipal corporators, and on the outlying areas, the Gram Panchayats. We want to do it for everybody. And it should not be a one-off thing. It has to be every every 2 months or a quarter, we want to be able to give them something. So, very soon, maybe in February, we will give them the second round. First one, we gave them demographics. Then we will tell them how the performance, quality learning. So, everything for us links to RTE.
Understood.
Right? So, we will start to give all these people information. When that happens, we have had some very encouraging results, by the way. Many of the elected representatives were truly appreciative of what we have done, and they are asking for more, which is good, and we will continue to make this available. And eventually, just my dream, my personal dream is, no matter who wins what election, if we have a common agenda for children in this country, right? No matter which party wins, children should get good quality education.
It's immaterial which party wins.
Exactly.
Children have to get education.
If we can get that,
yes. So that is a dream.
That's
That's everybody's dream.
It should be everybody's dream.
Ashok,